Madison here at the Dead Sea, here to talk about how every relationship is dead in modern society. Now you might be shocked if you live in the Matrix when I say that every relationship is a transaction. It's not just falling in love and if it happens, it happens and we all have a soulmate. No, every relationship is a transaction, period, dot, exclamation point. Pretty sure that YouTube has shadow banned me. So if you want to be part of this revolution, get content like this no other place, then like the video. All right, I need everybody in the nation to like the video and share it with a friend. Leave a comment and let's get a discussion going. See if you agree with me or not on the points that I'm about to make. How do I prove my point that every relationship is a transaction? Well, even your loving mother, right? She gave you love, and that's why you love her. She nurtured you, and then even your father protected you and stood up for you. He gave you that, and that's why you feel love for them. If your parents gave you neither of those, you do not feel love for them. Am I correct? Now, if you're Christian or Catholic, you get the love of Jesus Christ. If you're Jewish, you get the love of Moses and the Abrahamic God. If you're Islamic, you get the love of Muhammad, right? Even when you go to church, you get a spiritual love from the preacher or the elder in the church. It's not like you just get love from them and there's no transaction. They gave you something. They gave you a sacrifice and you got something in return. Does that make sense? So even in a spiritual plane, there's a transaction between you and them. Problem with modern day relationships as well, people like to pretend like they're not transactional. Like you just fall in love and you have a soulmate, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But here's the truth. If you're a man and you stop giving financially and emotionally to the woman, what happens? Dead. If you're a woman, you stop giving sexually or intimacy along with emotion to the man, what happens? It's dead. The relationship cannot continue. We need these things from each other. So in a way, love doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, when it comes to divorces and shit like that, what happens? They don't care. It's like, I didn't get what I want. What's in it for me? And that's why relationships end. So you must always be thinking about what's in it for the other person if you want a relationship to last. Again, these are just my thoughts. Feel free to disagree if you'd like to. You're just completely misinformed. But go ahead, try it. Try to withdraw sexual intimacy and emotional intimacy from a man. See what happens. You will be gravely disappointed at the outcome. If you're a man, try to withdraw finances and try to withdraw your support emotionally and see what happens. You're gonna be alone really quick, bro. Because the fact of the matter is, that's the way it's always worked in society. It's always been that way. It's always been a layer of human relationships. And then when you try to avoid it, you're denying facts of history and biology. All this way to my nofap journey. Well, I think because of pornography, we have unlimited amounts of sexuality, but zero amounts of intimacy that are actually real. Our intimacy is going down since the Zoom generation. Our intimacy is going down since COVID. We just have a real lack of intimacy in our day. And pornography is so accessible. Like, even the definition of what pornography is has changed. Like, I remember when I was younger, I had to go to a store, a corner store. I had to get a brown paper bag. I had to buy a chocolate bar at the same time when I was a teenager and slip the guy an extra 20 and look the other direction, and he'd give me a nudie magazine. And I would get to look at that magazine for a month. I had to look at those pictures for a month because there was nothing else available, and I had to just be satisfied with that. Now I go on Instagram and just unexpectedly, pornography in my face. Instagram is basically a soft porn website in disguise. Really it is. Because the benchmark for what pornography was when I was a child is completely on what's Instagram today. My journey with nofap was giving up all the pornography completely. I don't even fap at all. I think I'm at somewhere around 2,000 to 500 days of nofapping. I don't know how long that is in years, but I just don't do it at all because I realized it desensitized me. Even social media would desensitize me to what actually is out there. It was crazy. Social media would just make me think what I'm seeing is not actually pornography, and it was. But I'd be lying to myself because society would say no. What happens is you watch so much of it, you become desensitized to what is actual pornography. Part of the reason that you don't even believe what I'm saying to you right now is that the world tells you that Instagram and OnlyFans is not pornography. They tell you it's not even sex work. But listen, all right, here's the facts. Think about it. If somebody is selling their body physically for money, is that sex work? Is that sex work? They're selling the body in a sexual nature. Is that sex work? I would say yes. I mean, look, you could argue that when somebody takes you on a date and they expect something in return, maybe that's sex work. You could argue that sugar daddies, sugar mamas, sugar babies, you could argue all that sex work. Okay, but I'm just saying right now, when you're going and watching pictures and images online that are sexual content in nature, the person selling them for money, you are you are interacting with sex work. And the more you do that, the more the neurons fire in your brain, the more dopamine hits you get, the more you have don't have the social skills to relate to a person, the more you are unable to perform in the bedroom. And the more your novelty, let's call it the novelty quotient, okay? Your novelty factor is just crazy. It's not even relatable anymore. Like back in the day, a guy would see 150 women in his tribe. Now you can see 150 women in an hour online, right? So the novelty factor is all fucked up, all kinds of fucked up. So what would I encourage you to do? Completely delete this dopamine hit you get. Completely delete this novelty factor. Once a month, take a 1 week break from social media, including Instagram and Facebook. Give your password to a buddy of yours. Tell them, hey, I don't want my account. I don't want to be able to access it. Make my password something I don't know, and just get off. Tell everybody, hey, need me? Contact me on my phone, but just get off. Just get off. Just do it. Just do it. It's the only way to self-improvement. It's the only path you can take. It's the only choice you have, because you can't control what's out there in the world. What you can control is your action. And every person must be responsible for their own actions. We cannot control what happens to us in life. We can control our response to it. So that is my nofap journey. That is why I don't do it. This is how I manage it within myself. And the reason why I think that everything is pornography, whether you want to call it that or not, it's just a word of semantics, but in reality, in your brain, that's what it is. So be aware of the dangers of that. If you want to find out more about nofap, I did a video, I did 2 videos actually about over the years. Got one up here, click it. Let's keep going, baby. More to talk about, more to learn.